In today's video, we're going to be watching 3 days worth of fossil hunting. We've got some really exciting finds from our collection to show you, as well as finding some fossils on the beach. Should be an action-packed episode. Hope you enjoy it. Come out fossil hunting today. It's not the nicest weather in the world. However, I've been having a pretty good look around. In a moment, have a look out for it, but you'll see an ammonite nodule appear out of the blue, completely unexpected. Can't believe it. It was literally just sat there. Winkles sat on top of it and also attached all around the bottom. A few moments later, I came across this next nodule. It's a very similar size and shape to the previous one and looks pretty suspicious for containing a nice 3-dimensional ammonite. Towards the end of the video, I've got another 2 fossils to show you. They're 2 huge Ichthyosaur teeth. These are the biggest Ichthyosaur teeth we've got to date. Found another fossil just there. I think we've got a pretty good chance there's going to be a few more fossils just around in this area. So let's have a look. Okay, I can spot one in this shot. Can you see where it is? Guess there's only a few nodules to choose from in this case. I think I can see the edge of an ammonite underneath this. And it was an ammonite, however it's already broken in half. There's plenty more nodules over here to look through. Let's have a little look. A few little broken bits and pieces of fossils. Someone's beaten us to it on this occasion. Nice little imprint there. Unfortunately, one of them is broken in half. Okay, I've just spotted one here that I was about to walk over the top of. Okay, it's in the shot now. Can you spot this one? Right, so I can see a couple of little outer whorls down there. Hard to tell if it's going to be a complete ammonite or just partial. Let's see. Just a couple of whorls. In 2 partials, one behind the other. It's got to be a nice big complete ammonite round here somewhere, I'm sure. Just where I've quickly had a glance, I can see a number of potentially really exciting ammonite nodules. Let's go through and pick them all up together. I think there's a good few, maybe 4 or 5 nodules. Fingers crossed we're going to get something pretty exciting here. Right. Now one of them here you can see the edge of an ammonite already inside. But in this shot, there is potentially 4 very interesting nodules. It looks to me like this one down here looks probably the right shape to contain one. That one there, you can see an ammonite already sticking out. And up there, there's 2 more nodules. I think we've got a pretty decent chance here. Let's have a look. Okay. Wow, so there we go. We can already see a pyritized edge of a lovely ammonite inside this. Okay, that's 1 already. Pretty hopeful we're going to get quite a few here. Oh wow, that's great. I thought this was going to be a partial, but it looks to be a complete ammonite inside. Really good quality, really fresh. Alright. Little partial there. Probably not worth even cracking that one open. Let's Let's have a look at this. I think I can see a bit of an ammonite there as well. Okay, that's going to be worth cracking open. I'll have to make a little pile with all these nodules we're getting. What about this? Okay, that's had one there. So we know we're looking in the right types of rocks now. Hang on, there's another one under the seaweed perhaps. One ammonite, a squashed one underneath. Now these two in particular are the ones I was excited for though. Wonder what could be inside. Wow, now that nodule, if that doesn't contain something, I'm going to be so surprised. Okay, that's one. Let's look at this. Okay, so that's been split in half already and contained a pseudo-Lyoceras ammonite. Okay. Got quite a few nodules. Is there any more though? That's the question. Okay, another one right here. Can you spot this one? So this one, it's a little ammonite right down here. Look at that. Let's look at this thing next to it first. Not sure what that would be, but here we go. Perfect ammonite. Split in half as well. Here we go. Here's our collection of finds after we thought we weren't going to find anything whatsoever. That's great. Now that we've found all of our nodules, let's take them to a rock where I can stabilise them and we will crack them open. Fingers crossed we get some pretty exciting ammonites. Some of the nodules, as you can tell, don't have anything showing around the edge at all, so it's a total gamble as to whether or not they will contain something, but I'm pretty hopeful. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Don't forget, after this first day of fossil hunting, we've still got 2 more full days of fossil hunting within this video. Got some really exciting fossils to show you, including the 2 Ichthyosaur teeth that I mentioned, as well as a really lovely section of marine crocodile jaw. Well, the weather has brightened up quite a lot more now. I've got to a place where I can put the nodules down and we can start cracking some of them open. Let's get straight into it. Alright, let's have a look. No. So there was an ammonite inside, but very badly preserved. Oh gosh, that one is also split through. Again, this is due to the bad preservation. There's quite a lot of oil there. Looks quite wet if you can tell, it's due to the oil inside. But again, that's just a purely preserved one which is split the wrong way. Again, split completely the wrong way. Right, this is the last nodule we've got. This is our final attempt. Right, it's got a nice split through it. I really hope this contains one. Gonna need a little tap. Okay, there we go, right. happy with that. It's a little bit of rock that needs removing from the centre. Otherwise, it's a nice ammonite. Right, it has opened up. Oh wow, finally! There we go. Stunning ammonite revealed. I'm very pleased with that one. I'm not going to try and knock any more rock off it. All in all, that is a perfect Ichthyosaur tenucrostatum ammonite. Finally, at the very last second, we had one pretty nice ammonite and one absolutely awesome ammonite. I'm so happy we actually got one in the end. The storm has really come in now. I think it's time I get off. On the way back home, we're going to have a look at those Ichthyosaur teeth. So let's have a look at those in just a moment. And now we're going to have a look at those Ichthyosaur teeth. These teeth are ones we found quite a few years ago, and were found alongside a piece of Ichthyosaur jaw. It's an absolutely massive piece of jaw. We only have a little segment of it though, but these teeth were preserved alongside it. And we couldn't quite believe they were teeth when we first found them. Back when we did find them, we thought they were ribs because they were just so big. We couldn't have imagined that these were actually enormous teeth. After we got them prepared, it was pretty incredible just to see how big they were and also how sharp they were. They've got a really nice big root on the tooth, and the tooth itself is so sharp and all the enamel is perfectly intact. They are two really, really exciting teeth, and certainly the two best teeth we've ever found. I'll show you them now. Here they are. It might be difficult to appreciate them from this distance at the moment, but I'll show you them much closer up. Here's a closer look at the first of the really large Ichthyosaur teeth. As you can see, it's got a very long root attached to the tooth, and the tooth itself is a little bit eroded towards the very tip. However, you'll soon see on the other tooth that we've brought, that one is completely intact. But nonetheless, what an absolutely huge tooth. Quite often when you find belemnite fossils, the squid-like creatures that can look like teeth, and it'd be easy to believe that this was also a belemnite at first glance, or even a rib like we initially thought. Fossil teeth are notoriously difficult to prepare. These have been prepared to a very high standard. Let's have a look at the other tooth that we've also brought. In comparison, this one is complete, as I mentioned, with a perfect sharp tip to the tooth as well. And as you can see just to this side there was also a third tooth that was also present. However, it was completely crushed and you couldn't really tell what it was at all. Thankfully these two though were fully preserved. Thankfully we do have some more of these teeth with a piece of jaw, and eventually we'll hopefully get that prepared. It'll be a massive project which will take hundreds of hours to complete. It's definitely an awesome day when we found both of these. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at those teeth. Now let's get on and have a look at the second day of fossil hunting.
Here's another video of us down at the beach fossil hunting, this time after a pretty rough storm. It had been raining pretty intensely, and the waves were much bigger than usual. The heavy rain had caused quite a lot of the cliff to fall in many places, including bits of rock falling, as well as huge slumps of mud coming down.
You can see here one of the heaps of shale that has fallen down from high up in the cliffs. Quite a lot of shale is often falling and gradually banking up. There's quite a few piles of shale all the way along the cliff, and also quite a lot of mud that had come down, as you'll see as we go through the video. Here's the first ammonite nodule that we opened on this fossil hunt. We open a number of ammonites throughout the video, and the best ammonite that we open is towards the end of the video. We saved the best one till last, and it did open to reveal a stunning ammonite. Also, towards the end of the video, we've got a stunning piece of fossilised crocodile jaw, so make sure to stick around if you'd like to see that. Some nodules open to reveal perfect ammonites. Quite often, as in this case, the ammonite only gets partially revealed by opening it with the hammer. In many cases, we take the fossils home and clean them up to reveal all of the finer details. The vast majority of nodules don't actually contain anything at all and are just completely empty. What we found here is pretty unusual and relatively rare. It's half of a fossilised leaf, and it's preserved very well. It's got a lot of the detail of the leaf still present. Here's a look at the nodules that we've opened up so far. It's quite a range between ammonites that have opened perfectly and others that still have quite a bit of rock covering the specimen. There's also a few different species here. We've got common Dactyliosaurus ammonites and also a Hildosaurus ammonite. We opened quite a few nodules off camera which looked like they wouldn't contain any fossils whatsoever, and to our surprise this one contained a perfect ammonite, so here's a look at that one. As we move further up the beach, you can see even more examples of where huge amounts of mud have slid down from higher up the cliff. And also further along, there's even part of a tree that has come down. All of these examples of cliff falls just reinforce the fact that you should always stay as far away from the cliff as you possibly can.
Even if you look at a cliff and it looks stable, you genuinely just never know when something could be about to fall, whether it's a little chunk or a much bigger fall. Here's the final two ammonite openings from this fossil hunt, and then we will have a look at the crocodile jaw. It's always nice when the last nodule you leave to open is the best of the day. It really makes the fossil a bit more special. And now let's have a look at the crocodile jaw. Found this jaw about a year ago, and my dad cleaned it up recently, and I really like the result. What you see here is all there was of the fossil. It looks like this is just the way it's been eroded, but this is all that was preserved. The actual jaw has been presumably predated before it was fossilised. My dad has done an absolutely brilliant job preparing this fossil, and has even managed to save a number of the teeth that were still preserved. Around the fossil you can see various little indentations, which we presume are places where it was predated. What a stunning marine reptile crocodile jaw. Now we've got, coming up next, the third out of the 3 days of fossil hunting. Let's have a look. Today, me and my brother are going to be fossil hunting around this landfall. we're going to have a look around the big slabs of shale, hopefully find some fossils amongst them. And then later in the video, we're going to open up some ammonite nodules. Should be a pretty good video. I hope you enjoy it.
Me and my brother are out fossil hunting today. There's a landfall behind us. The sea has washed over it quite a lot recently. We're going to have a little look around, see what we can find, and then open up any ammonite nodules if we do find any. Quite a lot of shale has come down with this fall, so I think we've got a decent chance of finding some good fossils today. There's been another similar landfall just behind me. However, we're going to focus on the other landfall, which is right here. So I'll show you around the fall first, and then we'll have a little look about for fossils. After looking around for quite a while, we didn't really find many fossils here at all. So my brother walked further up to a different beach, ended up finding quite a lot of really nice fossils. So we're going to open a few of them here at this landfall, just near the edge of it. We're not climbing up the landfall, just going to one of the slabs near the outside of the fall. And we'll open up some of those fossils and hopefully reveal some pretty nice ones.
Before we open them, I wanted to show you a couple of clips of where we found the fossils and what they look like. This first one is an ammonite preserved inside a chunky limestone nodule. We also have a couple more fossils next, where the fossils were just laying on the beach, perfectly exposed. See if you can try and spot them.
This fossil is a little bit different to spot. The entire fossil is exposed on the beach. You've possibly already seen it. I'll just give you a second to make sure you can. We have a lovely pyritized ammonite sat just down there. It's really nice. Similar to the ammonite we've just picked up, I've just seen another one where the ammonite is also fully exposed. Just sat on the beach waiting to be picked up. So I'll let you see if you can spot where that one is. So that one is just up there. Couple of really nice little finds. After After doing our fossil hunting and finding plenty of ammonite nodules in places we didn't expect, we are going to open quite a few of the nodules up now. I really thought we'd find quite a few fossils around the fall itself, but it must have been well picked over, or the sea needs to wash over it again to reveal some fossils out of it. Either way, let's get opening up some of these nodules. After quite a lot of hammer hits, we managed to open this one. It opened perfectly, so it was definitely worth the persistence to try and open it. We've got plenty more nodules to open up, so let's get on with the next one. We were both very happy with the way this nodule opened, revealed a perfect ammonite again. If you would like one of these nodules to open up yourself at home, please just drop my brother a message on his Instagram page or drop him an email and he'll get back to you as soon as he can. And thank you in advance for supporting our channel. This nodule we just opened broke across the fossil inside of it, and the fossil that was inside, whoops, was some fossilised feces, also known as a coprolite. It's not something that we'll take home today, we're just going to leave it here if anyone else comes along and wants to have a look at it. So let's open some of the other nodules and see if there's any nice ammonites inside. We persisted quite a long time with this nodule, however in the end we could just not manage to open it at all, so we had to abandon this one. This nodule didn't open too bad. The imprint of the nodule broke into quite a few pieces, but the actual ammonite itself is pretty much intact and we can prepare it more at home with the finer tools. Got quite a few more nodules to open still. This is an example of a much more recent, fresher fall. A lot of mud from the top of the cliff has slumped down. It's laying on the beach. There's lots of water still running down as well, so almost certainly there's quite a lot more yet to come down. It's needless to say, it's very important to stay away from very fresh falls like this. We've opened up all of the nodules that we had today, so that's all we've got, unfortunately, although there was quite a few really exciting ammonites that we did open, one in particular which was the best by far. So that's all of the fossils for today. We're going to head back home now and hopefully get out fossil hunting again pretty soon. Every single nodule here contains an ammonite fossil. They range from large to small ammonites and also different species. The majority of nodules here will open up really well. You can never guarantee which ones will, however these have the best chance. If you'd like a selection of ammonites to open up yourself at home, please contact us on our Instagram page, yorkshire.fossils, or alternatively visit our official website, yorkshirefossils.net, for both ammonites to open yourself, as well as fully prepared specimens. And if you do get some, I really hope you enjoy opening them, and thanks in advance for supporting what we do. That's a look at the 3 fossil hunts of this video. We've had some really lovely finds, a nice selection of fossils from home, and overall, a really good episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.